Alrighty guys, we are back and we are now seconds away from the grand finals between Fnatic and InFamouS, and that is going to be a absolute cracker of a game coming up. And Dogbert, you still with me? You still alive out there, buddy?
I am here. I'm not breaking into the studio, do not worry.
I was a little bit nervous because it is you. You know, it's always a chance that you fancied nicking a headset or something. But yeah, the reason I'm a little bit out of breath is because I was running around the office trying to find out who set off the alarm just before we happened to go into this, and I've forgotten to make the overlays so unprofessional, so I now need to make those really quickly and hope that no one notices that we might be a couple of seconds late into the game. But we'll see how quickly I can type this out and make it happen. But your predictions on this one?
I'm going to go with Fnatic. I feel that they're pretty much ahead at the moment, skill-wise. But, you know, I would like to see InFamouS upset, but... you know, they'll need a really good start here, and Fnatic seem to just have perfect starts.
Yeah, and we will be going to Dawnbreaker, which is a little bit daunting considering that was the map that, well, Fnatic looked absolutely phenomenal on. So what sort of chance are we seeing from the very offset here?
There you go, 3 kills straight off the bat for InFamouS. Everything you want. Trunks too easy and Balotage are all going down. And Budzo here, trying to get more. Oh, he just jumped into all of them, getting 2 kills. Not able to make it more, but, you know, buying time, getting kills, and letting the rest of InFamouS know exactly where Fnatic are putting the pressure here, which is all on A.
Yeah, and well, let's have a little check in with that overview as we do see those players moving in. Batsu will be holding on, or trying to hold on at least, and it does take down Drunks. Well played him, goes out for the double, he gets it, Unfix goes down, and this is looking pretty good for InFamouS for a start that, you know, normally we see him being drastically dominated by Fnatic. They're certainly looking good. 148 to 128. I'm quite impressed here.
Yeah, this is InFamouS's map, and, you know, they're showing why. I mean, they've only lost 2 tickets so far against the reigning champs here, and Fnatic are taking that slow approach to this map, and it looks like they're going to try their luck at B this time.
Oh, sneaky too easy, coming around the long way, doesn't matter. Grimm's found him in an instant, leaving Batu to push forward, picks up Drunks, goes in for the double. Oh, he gets denied by Mort with a whisker of health left, finally does go down, and ladies and gents, this is looking very one-sided so far. I'm a little surprised by this, I must say.
Yeah, definitely, and they're spreading out perfectly to stop any push here, and man, they're just doing a great job, and Fnatic are looking really weak right now. For the first time in forever.
Yeah, Drunks yet to get a kill. Neither has Too Easy. I'm a little... There's Valu. I don't know what they've been doing during the break, but they've certainly kind of eased off the gas a little. I'm lost for words. This is unbelievable stuff from InFamouS. We were wondering if they could actually challenge at this sort of level, and I think we've got our answer. Hell, they've turned up and actually looked better, you know, than they did before. I mean, finally, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's taken a little while. Maybe InFamouS getting a little bit too big for their boots. They're pushing out a little too far, but you know, I still have firm faith in them to be able to work this one back. They have some good spawns coming in off of Batsu there. They can make their way around the backside. There is a player trying to keep tabs on this, though, from Fnatic, so it'll be a little bit harder to do. So Valu will be back here. Might get caught out. Oh, he's just got the drop on the opponent. Very well read, but the crossfire comes through in the end. Birdzu making it count there with his teammate. Unfix goes down, and this is InFamouS regaining control. They had to start all the way back at A. Maybe leaving B a little lighter, but Grimm trying to make a stand, but oh, the knife comes in, and we know Moore can do that job, but he does get taken down for all of his troubles, but he's got the respawns coming in, and this is going to be a scrappy battle out on B.
Yeah, finally Fnatic started to get some sort of traction on that flag, and when they've got B, they've been very, very difficult to get rid of, and now InFamouS getting that C flag, A is going to easily switch over to Fnatic, and it's their turn to be the defenders with the bleed in their favour.
Yeah, but I like the way InFamouS are already weighing up their options of that slightly longer push around the slightly kind of, let's say, covered off side. And look at this, Tony's made his way through. Tony has got a good chance here of actually getting towards that A side. He's waiting for the respawns. He's got them as well. And here we go. This could be a brilliant take, and it looks like it's going to be Bast. Does find the first one. Couple of nades following. Tony now waiting around the wings, pushing in finally, waits for the respawns to come through maybe, but no, the cover's been eliminated, and Batsu could be in trouble here. He's got Kramer coming in towards him, but it doesn't matter, it's a bloodbath. Drunks picks up a double, and this will be a 2-1 hold back in the hands firmly of Fnatic, and they get the chance to set up here. They need to even those tickets up, and they need to get back in the game.
Yeah, you can see finally, as soon as Fnatic are able to get their hold in place, it's InFamous that start to look really confused and messy, and they don't really know what to do either. But it all came down to a big spawn behind A, and maybe if InFamous can just make Fnatic come forward and maybe do that. But there you go, they killed too easy. That has opened up A, but I already see Fnatic making a possible pushback to C if they need it.
Well, this is the decision. Yeah, Drunk's yet to fully commit either way. He's leaving this one out, and A's actually not even been taken just yet. They're certainly buying their time. He's allowed Drunks to try and get across a little later than he could do before. Now, this is interesting. C is staying in the hands of InFamous. Fnatic late to the challenge. Value finally coming over, but this was very slow rotates from Fnatic. Are they playing for the retake rather than the immediate kind of pickup? I'm a little confused here.
Yeah, very slow movement by them, and they've left open that B flag completely, and InFamous might be able to steal this one from them. And if they get the kills in the middle, and they might, it's only too easy left up. He is getting reinforcements, he's getting the kills, so, and that opens up pressure to A. This is just going to be a very fast-paced game, and InFamous are not even trying to defend their flags.
No, but I'm still a little bit flabbergasted as to what Fnatic are doing, because they're struggling here. 52 to 100. This is unbelievable. So right now, Tony comes around, does get a challenge with Value, but Value doesn't go down that easily. Finally, Birdzu comes around and picks up the flag there with Kremer doing the job unfixed. Does get a nade, gets the double. This is nice, but can he stay alive? These grenades are coming in pretty thick and fast. He's been a little bit outplayed here, and we're going to see even C being fought over. It looks like A's been won out by InFamous for now. Can unfixed slow him down? No is the pretty much easy answer to that one. Both players picked up. C being in the hands of Fnatic feels as though it's going to be a fad more than anything.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a bit worrying as well. I mean, Fnatic can come back from such from that far behind and start to impose their will like this. And InFamous, they're doing what they can, but they have not even tried their luck on B at all. And B is so important in this match.
Yeah, too easy in a fantastic position there. Getting the fire. It's actually unfixed, tell a lie. Getting the fire across as the opponents were trying to make their way towards that B site. And now it's allowed Fnatic to surround them this time. But still, it's not a pretty picture. 43 to 77. This is still in favor to InFamous. Let's keep that in mind. And they look like they've won out on that C flag. So Tony will be moving his way back here. Going to pick this one up. Just taking it slow, taking it cautiously. B also being won over by possibly InFamous, unless more can stay alive. This is Fnatic really struggling. I'm not too sure what's happened to these guys, but they look very different from the team we saw in the first semi-final.
Yeah, definitely. And they are getting caught out. And there you go. Finally, InFamous get some sort of foothold on the B, but they might have a bit of trouble at C and A at the same time. It's coming down to one-on-ones, and the bottom one at A goes unfixed way and Fnatic's. And it's a four-man push over at C and B. This map is going all over the place. But InFamous, as you said, are pushing ahead right now. That 76 ticket lead is starting to become a big concern for Fnatic.
Certainly is. They need to pull themselves together here. That is the main point. A and C now in their hands. They must maintain. Well played to Unfixed. Down on A. The cool, calm, collected captain almost there, just kind of showing why he's so in control at times with this team. And they might even be able to get a triple cap. Force the InFamous side out just towards that C site. And they need to be a little bit careful. They need to get themselves set up for this cross. Too easy gets caught out. He picks up the double, yes, but I'm not sure if it was worth dying for. And now Unfixed has to play the defensive role. He goes down, and it's given InFamous a window here. This is Fnatic looking lazy. They look sloppy, and this is not what I'm used to seeing. No, and this is maybe their last push here. They need to do something big at A or at C, and either way, they're getting shut down. And yeah, it has to be a C push for them. They can't make anything happen on A, and it's an overcommitment maybe from InFamous, and their last gap is going to be the C push. Oh, here we go. Drunk's moving in. He's going to be looking for the kills. He's not going to find them too easily. At the moment, only Basto is above him, so that could move in. He's going to get picked up. So at the moment, doing okay. But look what Fnatic did. They put everything in towards that pickup on C. They left nothing at B, and it's still open for the taking again. This Fnatic are so far behind the way they normally play here. I'm absolutely baffled as to what they're doing at times. I'm not sure if they're just taking this a little too easy, maybe not expecting, InFamous to come out of the gates flying like they have. Now Drunks has to make this site his in an instant and then not die forever, pretty much. And he can't even capture the site because there's still players on it. He goes down, he gets one respawn on him. Immediate deaths come in. 52 ticket advantage on the half for InFamous. That is something I did not expect to see.
No, not at all. That's a strong lead for them. And Kremer, 17 for 8. Big
Wow.
plays for him once again. And yeah, they're just doing a really good job there. I'm very surprised Morty just didn't show up at all. And what can you say, really? Fnatic struggling in this game.
Yeah, Mort, 3-12. Not a scoreline we generally see along this man's name. Drunks, 9-14. Another surprising one. I'm a little bit shocked, you know. Valu even, fairly quiet, unfixed, did great down by A. But the others constantly caught out. Never quite looking as solid as normal. Birdzu playing well. Tony played brilliantly. And then Grim, Bastel, Kremer, well, you know, a player who's been on point this entire time. I think I'm going to sit on board with him in the start of the next half and just see what happens. Because let's break it down seriously, though, in actual aspect. 51 tickets. Is that enough for Fnatic to be worried about? I almost feel it is after the way they performed there.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get a strong start like that against a team like Fnatic, then, you know, you've got a bit of breathing space. You don't have to panic so much and you know, fall into the kind of hands of Fnatic. And they do well when they get... That's the reason Fnatic do so well, is the strong starts they get. It forces everyone else to always come forward. And they can just sit there. They do really good on the defense. And with that, you know, they always push ahead by a good 30, 40 tickets.
Yep.
Okay, they can come back from behind, but they always have a good start. And that's the first time in forever that Fnatic had a terrible start.
Most definitely. So we'll be getting underway in the second half very soon. Guys at home, get involved on Twitter, obviously, at They Call Me Pansy and at Dignitas Dog, but tell us your thoughts. Is this Fnatic looking a little bit shaky, or is this InFamouS just really stepping up their performance here? Certainly looking forward to this. I'm hoping we'll get underway nice and quickly. My game is taking forever to load, and this is the first map, so hopefully we'll be starting this one up, and I believe we are live into game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we are indeed, and Fnatic going straight out for a big contestation in the middle, and it's kind of going their way. Yeah, it is. But they need to get rid of Tony. Tony, the last guy up. Oh my god, I can't believe he did that. He managed to turn and take out Drunks, last guy up, and there you go. InFamouS with a great start.
Yeah, phenomenal start for InFamouS. Not what Fnatic wanted at all, considering that's probably the complete polar opposite of what they probably imagined them doing coming into this one. And even though the tickets are even, you'll see the repercussions to what just happened as it slowly unfolds. That InFamouS do have the bleed. C is a bit of a battlefield right now, but Grimjow doing the job, joined by Birdzu. Grim has, however, fallen, so yeah, we're going to see Birdzu pushing in. Bird does pick up one, gets taken down by Too Easy. As C still being battled over in the end. It looks like it's been won out by InFamouS, and I'm really still not sure what to make of this entire game so far. It's been a little bit back and forth between these guys, but overall it's been InFamouS's game to lose.
Yeah, definitely. And InFamouS here going to get the AB, and last time they got this, they absolutely pummeled Fnatic, and they might be able to do it again here as Fnatic are trying to push up slowly here, but InFamouS are all over them en masse as well.
Yeah, so as I was saying before, I want to see this man in action. He's been doing well, and the reason I was so impressed by Kremer was the M16A4 is a very unique gun choice. I actually don't think I see many others actually picking this one up, but he handles that burst fire so well, even at range, but this time gets taken down by Drunks, who is running that Ace 23, so you can see the all-rounder doing a little better. As now Fnatic taking over that street on the Chinese side, pushing forward as well. At the moment, they're not really holding much down. Good two-man split, however, out towards B, meaning they can pick that one up. Too Easy now, maybe, but to support towards the main street and start eyeing up that B site, which is what they probably are after here. A and C are just not really the complementary sites to have, and you know, at the end of the day, what do Fnatic really need to sort out? What are the core issues holding them back?
The core issues really, I think, just bad starts, and you know, Fnatic like to be set down in good positions, especially on a map like Shanghai where it is generally quite hectic. They don't want a messy game. They want something they can predict, and AB is something they can definitely predict, and this is something they need to keep going right now.
Yeah, sticking on board with Fnatic here. You can see them trying to build up Too Easy, catching out the glimpse of the players crossing over. Valu will have to deal with him. He's done so previously. Still keeping him on his toes. He knows there's a player closer. Valu needs to be careful. He's now going to hold the push rather than the peak, and he does go down, though. Straight up exchange, because Bastu did manage to take out Birdzu with that grenade, so not exactly ideal, but it's made A look vulnerable. Swiftly, Fnatic falling back into more defensive positions. They need to be able to hold this one.
Yeah, definitely, and Fnatic really just need to you know, they're calm players. They know what they got to do. I guess they do shout at each other quite a bit. We did hear a little bit of that at the offline final.
Yep.
But, you know, they've been here before. They know what to do. And there you go. They get a good clean up over A. But they're taking time on the push because they're giving so much respect for InFamouS's defenses.
Yeah, InFamous are not being a walkover today. You know, normally there's the favorite team will be not necessarily disrespectful, but they won't be so kind of cautious with this. And a lovely little bit of work from Drunks there, picking up one and a flat out exchange on the other, leaving C fairly open in the air and giving Fnatic a 2-0 advantage, not a 2-1. Perfect shot from Mort will deny Tony access towards B, and it's going to send the rest of InFamous way further back, leaving Value, the job that he likes to do, down towards the backside. Just terrible sentence, I know, but definitely, you know, buying them a little bit of time here, and it finally gets the tickets in their favor. But they still need to keep this up. You know, they're not far from that cutoff marker. They must maintain this 2-1 for an extended time.
Yeah, definitely, and Fnatic, they know that they are quite behind here. They got a significant ticket loss in the previous game, but there you go. They're keeping this A and B hold, and InFamous are starting to slow down. And this plays exactly into Fnatic's hand, and they're stacking that B flag quite heavily right now. Reading the pressure brilliantly.
Yeah, perfect play. And Drunks doing the job he needed to there, getting a little further forward, buying them time, just costing the opponents a couple of tickets, even if it's in kills, in time for a push. Tony, unable to push out from C and unable to go around it, really. He has to come back and find the kill. And Drunks is just doing this like an absolute champion. If you wanted like a masterclass on how to tie down teams like this. But then again, I worry that Fnatic get too far pushed up. I fear they get too confident again in their plays. I'm wanting these guys to play it smart and be respectful of their opponents here, like they were at the beginning. I don't want that overconfidence to cost them here, because 2Easy's now gone down. Valor is pretty much going to be the fallback plan, I can imagine. And, well, at the moment, he's been taken out as well. This is what I was worried about. Fnatic playing the aggressive game. They've now given up A. They've left the two players here on C to have to play defensive. Fnatic have given away what could have been the win there by getting, I feel, a little too confident.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's always a kind of risk. Fnatic like to bully other teams around, and sometimes they let that ego kind of decide their gameplay, and they came forward there where they really didn't need to, and they paid for it quite badly.
Certainly did. Now Fnatic looking towards C, but there's two players there to challenge, and InFamous need to be a little careful. 3 players now there. They don't want to get this one going quite that drastically in the favor of Fnatic. And look how lightly A is guarded as well. If those respawns come in for Fnatic, they could definitely push down quite comfortably here. But, you know, who's this game favoring at the moment? Because it's pretty much all even at present. C is being capped back over in favor of InFamous, but do they have the control yet?
I'm still going to say Fnatic. I mean, it might be literally going against them as we speak, but they have got a bit of a lead here, and more importantly, they have got the B flag, and they have people on A,
but more.
Yeah, danger.
Yeah, he's now the one-man band pit pretty much here. Drunks and 2Easy will help him out, but Mort's going to go down to Birdzu, as now Birdzu, I believe, and Batsu are the last two really pushing in towards this. The reinforcements are arriving, but are they quick enough? They need to clear this up, and actually, yes, they are. 2Easy coming in with that grenade, just taking down Batsu, and now they keep that A-B hold. So a little bit close, but, you know, InFamous is starting to struggle here. This is the turnaround.
Yeah, definitely, and it's all about the A-B hold, and it's one that Fnatic are very good on, and that's obviously what they want on this map. They're leaving 2Easy to just go up front, do a bit of damage, buy time, and give information. And right now, InFamous just don't look like they don't know what to do. They really don't know what to do.
Yeah, struggling to make their way across the road, struggling to make an impact now. C even being toyed with by Fnatic. The risky confidence might start paying off here. Not exactly great coming out from the opponents of InFamous. They're pretty much stuck with very few options. Where the random respawn was perfect for them, however, but I feel as though it's almost too little too late for them to make an impact. With 7 tickets left, I think Fnatic have turned this one around. You know, credit to them for playing the game from the absolute offset to win this. A couple of moments I feel of lacking discipline, but overall, Fnatic doing what Fnatic do best. Just kind of stomping them when it comes down to, you know, the overall strangling nature that Fnatic can have.
Yeah, definitely, and they really just started to read into InFamous's play and really just held them back and won the game. But you know, that was a lot closer than probably most people expected. Certainly,
on that first half, you know, that was unbelievably looking like it was going to be InFamous's moment to shine. I thought they had that one in the bag pretty much, but you know, you can never write Fnatic out. It's something I've learned the hard way, obviously, after predicting other teams to do far better than them, and then Fnatic doing what Fnatic do best and just turning up and still winning, which is, you know, great for them. Makes me look like I know nothing, which is always perfect as well. Thank you very much for that one, guys. But obviously, Dawnbreaker now coming up next. Is this a stronghold for Fnatic, or is this a map we might see InFamous doing the job on?
I honestly can't see how Fnatic can lose. They are so good at this map. And, you know, we've already seen InFamous struggling on this one today.
True.
So I don't know. I think Fnatic are just a bit too strong right now. And, you know, I think we're going to see a solid start from them. And I think InFamous are going to fade quite early.
Well, we're going to find out once my game loads up, obviously. Nice slow PC here in the backup studio. Not quite as fast as the current one that we're meant to be using, but duct tape studio is all I'm saying. We work with what we can. But we are going to find out, obviously, once we get into game. But your predictions into this Fnatic win overall?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Fnatic. You know, with players like Unfixed and, well, their entire roster, really, very difficult to say no. And their play is just really, really top notch. It's very difficult to go against them in any game against any opponent.
Yeah, so we'll find out in a second. Once my game loads up, I can drop us into game. That'd be lovely, PC, if you want to start working. What can you do? I see the lovely blinking screen. Look, I'll leave it there.
Got that, have you?
Not the black one. The just literally loading up for about half an hour. This is my PC. But still, first map going down in favor to Fnatic. I am ready. I'm in the server. There we go. I don't think we've gone live yet. No, we haven't. I'm ready when you are for live. See, there we go. But still, you know, overall, I don't know what we can take away from this. It's the first time we're seeing InFamous in Grand Finals. They came in with a solid half lead over Fnatic. Do you think this is going to be a trend we're going to be seeing happening throughout this tournament now, that maybe InFamous are now going to be a consistent reminder in the semi-finals, a consistent contender throughout the tournaments, or is this maybe a one-off performance?
I think they can definitely do this again. They have had moments where they're making Fnatic look kind of bad, so they can do it to Fnatic, they can do it to anyone. It's just more belief in themselves, and, you know, just putting it all together. I mean, coming this far is great. They can go the whole way here. They just need to, you know, keep the game going. Don't just be disheartened. Fnatic were playing when they were losing by a load of tickets. They still managed to bring it back, and that fighting spirit is something that not every team has.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think we are just waiting for this one to get underway. Teams just taking the time, making sure everything's set up nicely, set up correctly, and there's not going to be any issues. I think it should be okay. I'm hoping it should be. Dun, dun, dun. And people asking, this will be a best of 3 final, not 5. 5 is saved for the offline sort of studio events we do. 3 is enough for me. It's you know, it's already 10 o'clock. Don't make me, you know, give up my life just yet. Just yet. Soon enough, but not now. Anyway, we are now ready, I believe. Gonna turn that chat off. And InFamous will be on the US side, so I can drop us over towards that sort of setup. So InFamous, yeah, on the InFamous side, on the US side, and the Chinese side being Fnatic. Fnatic will be starting with that lovely little boost, I can imagine, once they get towards it. And we'll be seeing our normal start. But as you said, it's down to those good beginnings, those kind of unique ways they start things out most of the time. What can we actually kind of expect to see from these two teams? Because Fnatic have tried unique things before on this. Is this something we're going to see again?
I hope so, but at the same time, they haven't even gone for the upper balcony. They haven't gone for the boost here, so they're going to be walking around the long way. But that's their kind of old style. Every team relies on the boost so much that they don't do it. They don't know what to do, and you can see that InFamous are already kind of confused by that. They expected a lot more to be going on, and they kind of left out there, you know, waiting.
I quite like it though, because Fnatic have done what they did normally, so they pick up A, and now they're in a good, advantageous position to work their way down towards that B site. I kind of like this regardless. I think this is a good start for them. They've started to gain kind of control over here. You can see that in effect right now. The nades coming through, forcing the peak from Dogwalk. Kremer there picks up too easy. Actually, it's going to be Grim joining him, so Unfixed goes down as well. So, well played on the retake. But, you know, overall, different start. And certainly pushing InFamouS a little bit there.
Yeah, InFamouS, though, keeping control of B. And they have Kremer once again making a play onto A. And with that, they might threaten a trip cap here. But look at those spawns for Fnatic. Drunks right behind InFamouS. And Too Easy and Valutaja, I believe, nearby as well. So Kremer by himself trying to hold on.
And Kremer seems to be doing the job. C might be changed over very soon. At the moment, Mort's now finally joined him. Kremer is literally going to town on these guys, and there's not much you can do really when this guy's absolutely on point. This triple cap is staying around. Finally, they've broken through on towards C, but now they need to build their way back up. C and A are a very unusable hold, let's be serious here. Whichever team picks up that B site and maintains it off the back of it, they should be in a good position going forward. But still, look at the ticket deficit for Fnatic very early on. This game seems a little bit out of position for them normally. Is this what we've learned to kind of expect from InFamouS, or is this just a unique beginning because of that strange start from Fnatic?
The start didn't work out perfectly for Fnatic, giving a bit of a lead. Sorry about that.
You're
but
right
at the
there,
same time, InFamouS managing to do what they can, but with that upper balcony control, they can always get on the B and they can always threaten C, and they're already pushing on A. So once again, they're going for a trip cap. And this is ballsy against a team like Fnatic.
And this was the map that always impressed me by InFamouS previous to now that they've certainly done well on, but I didn't expect it to be this well. You can see the fire coming through from Birdsu down by C, being a complete nuisance. Finally gets taken down by Unfixed, so C should be secure for now, but while all that raged on, you know, B and A have stayed completely in the hands of InFamouS. These guys have come out for blood, and they certainly mean it. But I'm finding it hard to, you know, put any faith into first halves with Fnatic. They seem to be the ones that like coming in on the second half, just go, all right, we'll get a disadvantage against us. We'll make this game a little harder, and then we'll start playing. Stunning shot from Value there, alleviating the pressure from that dog walk. Need to get that med pack down and start looking towards A, but Fnatic, what is with them now slowly getting into this? I know they like their good starts, but when they don't have it, they seem to take so long to build up.
They just like their slow pushes. They like to be in a good position to catch people out, and you know it pays off for them quite well. And right now you can see how it's working because InFamouS are just getting stuck at A. They're slowly getting into B, but they're all spotted. They're all getting tagged, and Fnatic know exactly where they are and where they're going.
And it might come down towards C very soon, but it's a 1v2 situation. Kremer gets spotted out by Too Easy. Value there as well to support in case it went all very wrong. And now Birdsu in a bit of a tricky predicament. He's going to be found by Valutaja. And this is Fnatic regaining control. And suddenly those tickets don't look so far away. Drunk's getting into position we know he did very well at before. He's going to be sitting in that corner, waiting for the push out, getting a couple of the spots, and then going for the challenge. You can see him just waiting there for these guys. He does actually look the wrong way at the wrong time. Kremer has found him. And this could be disastrous now. InFamouS are breaking through towards B, and I don't think Fnatic can take too much of these switches out just yet. They need to be able to maintain this 2-1. That's what's so good about Fnatic. They can be so solid at times, but we're not seeing that so much here today.
No, definitely not. They've had stronger performances on this map in the past. But I think that's because InFamouS are just coming forward, and Kremer especially, constantly getting the flag. Does go down there, and he is going to give up that B flag eventually, but look at Fnatic. They don't even want the B flag. They could have got in there and contested it, but they know that they want to get A, wait for everyone to leave the B flag, and then walk in and capture it.
Indeed. So, we do see the fact that Too Easy, they're doing the job. We have the kind of backhand pickup over at C. Not the one you want exactly, but more still hunting down a couple of these players because InFamouS are bringing in the spawns. You can see Tony is there. He's going to go down to Unfix. Valutaja finds Grim. Unfix again onto Bastel. And that big pickup there has denied a massive push coming out from InFamouS. And this could spell trouble. Even Drunk's cheekily going in for that C-cap, just buying time. That's what he's there for. He doesn't mind losing out a ticket. He'll gain so many off the back of just doing that. It's allowed Too Easy into this phenomenal position. Getting a little bit further forward, going to wait for the pushes up past him. He's going to pounce when he needs to. There's Birdsu down, and time gained, and a foot wait, you know, towards that C site if they need it. It's unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And you always know that Fnatic have got this within them. If you give them a chance to get back in games, they really just start messing with you, and more importantly, especially on Dawnbreaker, we've seen them absolutely decimate top teams, and there you go, 3-man wipe, and there you go. What is InFamouS going to do at this point? They are going to have a trip cap against them, and more importantly, Fnatic already know where their spawns are. There's no hiding from them.
No, definitely not. And, well, we're seeing kind of a 2-2 split. That's not going to go too well. Drunks actually does go down towards Crema, so, you know, maybe there's hope left for InFamouS. But, see, this is why I can never write Fnatic out. They're a team that can always build back in. They can always start working out the opponents. And it's just so nicely done the way they do it. And they've got a trip cap at the end here. Well, not at the end, but towards it of the first half. And this is only 6 minutes in. They've been able to turn around a completely one-sided game. And look at more. These guys are near on squad wiping the opponents every time. And I asked you, are Fnatic struggling, or are they just waiting for that perfect hold? It looks like they're waiting for the perfect hold, because look at this. I have not seen a blue player kill a red player in a very long time, because right now it is all Fnatic. Mass spawn in by C, and there's players waiting here. Value is waiting with the cross. Too Easy comes in. They are like shooting just fish in the barrel. There's only one kill possibly coming back, and it's going to be, I think, Value being hunted down a little. Oh no, it's Too Easy here. Value's up on top supporting, and look at this absolute massacre going through, and this is unbelievable. Only Birdzu then out that whole time was able to get the control. Absolutely unreal.
Yeah, definitely. And I really don't know what they can do at this point, because Fnatic are just chasing them around the map, getting the kills, and keeping the bleed. At no point is InFamouS getting in there to challenge the flanks, because there's always someone there waiting. And it's just getting painful right now for InFamouS.
Certainly is. Mort, though, does go down. Krema's kind of forged his way back in towards A. Maybe they can salvage something out of this. We know that InFamouS, once they get into these positions, they're great, but they struggle getting there for so long now that it's completely turned the table. Batsal has come in, found Drunk, so working their way down towards that B flag, and they're pushing it in their droves, but whether or not they actually get through is a completely different matter. Look at these nades just raining in, one after the other. One goes down, that's Mort picking up. Mort pushing in with a kill with the H23. Too Easy finds Crema, and I think that's all she wrote here. B was not touched then, and Fnatic maintain, and it looks like InFamouS just lost control, Dog, but what happened then?
They just couldn't keep up with the pace of Fnatic, and as soon as that trip cap came in, they were just running from flag to flag. But the biggest thing was the fact that Fnatic were in a position to spot the spawn after the squad wipe. As soon as they knew that they were up on the highway, as soon as they knew where the spawns are coming in, you can just rotate. You know you don't have to worry about C. You know you don't have to worry about B. You can just converge on them, and that's what happened. And they just, from then on out, were just getting chased from one corner of the map to the next, because they never had a moment of surprise in any of their spawns.
Yeah, just to give you an idea of the scoring, in case you didn't catch it in game, obviously, Too Easy doing really well, considering he's been a little bit quiet prior to the finals. He's certainly set up his game 16-8 there, and then Drunk's doing well, but, you know, to me, it's quite, you know, unusual. On the previous map, you know, Too Easy, and I think it was Mort actually being very quiet. You know, normally they're quite, you know, top-end players when it comes to even just kills, but they're clearly warming back up here. And then on the other side, not great kill-wise. Tony, Birdzu, Batsal, Grim, I don't know really Crema doing anything, but Crema even on a weaker score than we've seen him with throughout the entire tournament. You know, he's been pretty on point to this kind of, until this map at least. And I don't know what they can do there, because that looked like Fnatic when, you know, if you look at a gearbox, you know, you get the gears, the different numbers, and then there's just like a Fnatic mode that they can only go to themselves when they seem to be losing things. And I'm worried now, because on the last game, let's put it seriously, InFamouS had a slightly lesser advantage going on to the half against Fnatic, and Fnatic still won that. And now we see Fnatic with the advantage. InFamouS need to pull off something pretty incredible to walk away with a win here, I feel.
Yeah, they need to be able to do that kind of spawn chasing, get a trip cap and just chase Fnatic down, and that's their only hope here. Either that or just get a good hold, but I mean, easier said than done. They need a good, solid start here. They need to get control of B early, and they need to make Fnatic start to realize that they can lose this. But if you're Fnatic, you've got all the time in the world, and InFamouS looking really shaken right now.
Let's see if that pays off, because I think we are live into the game here. We'll be having InFamouS on the Chinese side and the US side will be Fnatic. Pushing, coming towards that B flag. Standard start out from InFamouS. Could be a bit of a downfall as well. It's what Fnatic expect. However, Batsao has got in a great position early on, picking up the first, taking down Drunks, and dominating this B side. The inner building play, not what Fnatic favor, using the longer route on the side street, it seems, and only Value really making a dent so far for Fnatic. So a good start for InFamouS, but they need to be really focused here to not let this one slip.
Yeah, Unfix was the last guy up, and
Oh, and I love this. So
Yeah.
I've got to give you this. The positioning the more goes to, and there's a chance of that random spawn, he'll fall all the way back to literally where it stops it at C, and it's just so well done to him. Smart play.
yeah, Unfix being the last guy up, and no one from InFamouS knew he was still there. If they'd cleaned him up, there would be no way that Fnatic could get back on the B. And because they didn't kill him, and because Unfix is such a smart player, Fnatic take the B flag and the bleed.
And that is terrifying for any of you InFamouS fans out there, because we know what happens once Fnatic get, you know, the scent of blood. They go on the hunt pretty much, and Unfix now eyeing up even the A side because, you know, why not? There's only 3 players there. That's possible for him, but still, it's bought time, and even if you see these players going in for the pushes rather than just, you know, going for the safety sites at times, it is literally to buy time for the rest of the team to get set up on this B side. It's not exactly the smallest one. The crossfires are vital, and Birdsu finding Drunks has opened up a little bit here, but is this Value going for the walkabout? No, it's too easy. He could get a triple cap here for Fnatic very early on.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, Fnatic here, they can just pretty much do whatever they want. If they're not getting caught out and getting 5-man wiped, they have all the time in the world with the amount of tickets they have. And I really don't know what InFamouS can do here, because not only do InFamouS have to be worried about the fact that Fnatic in the here and now are coming forward, but the Fnatic 5 minutes ago just kicked their ass and took a mass amount of tickets from them. So they got to play incredibly careful, and that does not fit their playstyle.
Oh, and Tony completely fluffed it then. He had the spot on towards, I believe that's Drunks, right in the middle. It was, who picked up a double. He then went for the kill onto Value and Unfix and missed every single bullet. And this play from Mort, vitally smart, again, denying the spawns back here so they know they can force them down to A. This is like the previous game we watched, where one of the teams was constantly able to keep the opponents back, even while having the less ideal setup, when they're able to have that CB hold, and it's great to witness again, but now Fnatic pulling it off. But we are seeing now InFamouS pushing their way down, but they just don't seem to take down Drunks, and is he running with an AK-12?
Oh, Trunks likes to be a hipster when it comes to weapons, and, like, literally, don't worry about him. He'll just run with whatever. It doesn't mean it's great, it just means you want to be different. And right now, I mean, they get away with it with the amount of tickets they're running away with.
Yeah, 129 to 96. It's looking a little dire here, considering 67 is the ticket cutoff point for InFamouS. They must get to that point. They must stay above that to stay afloat here and have a chance going to a third map, as Fnatic did pick up the first. And at the moment, that BC hold comfortably in the hands of Fnatic, and I like the way this kind of game meta has changed a little. It used to be all about that AB setup, but the C back spawn being such an important factor, that now has been almost broken down, and, you know, Fnatic are very comfy in this spot, and I don't think InFamouS are playing badly. They're just not able to kind of compete with the way Fnatic are at the moment. It's a little bit of a one-sided affair here.
Yeah, definitely. I really don't think that InFamouS can do very much about it, and I think they know it. They lost so badly in the first round. They absolutely got their asses kicked, and you know, Fnatic, they can just do what they want at this point.
Let's put it this way, their BC setup, coming out from Fnatic, has fought to Batsao to actually pick up a sniper rifle to try and kill the opponents. That's the impact that these players on this catwalk have had. It's been such a nuisance, it's forced them to it. InFamouS finally gain control, but the question is for how long? These two still alive. That grenade not going to do the damage as intended. 3 players split towards the middle, Fnatic moving back in for the recap. Drunks ignoring a player, but knowing the more will pick it up. Birdsu goes down. They need to negate the presence of that dog wall section because they're going to be mowed down there. But now Fnatic back into control, and now they're a couple of tickets away from winning this.
Yeah, definitely. There's nothing they can do at this point. Fnatic ain't going to take this 2-0. And man, InFamouS just had moments where they looked like they could threaten Fnatic, and then it just all came to pieces, and Fnatic just stomped them.
Yeah, so GG, well played. Both of the teams doing brilliantly in the end, but Fnatic just looking formidable. But then again, you know, credit to Fnatic, they walk away with that first position place. But I want to break it down into really what's gone on here. This, to me, is a chance to see newer teams getting to the very top. We've been saying for so long, and how many cups and how many play days, you know what, InFamous, one day they can be a top team. You know what, PKD, lots of talent, they'll get there. I feel finally we're getting to the point within the ESL 1 here, in Cup number 2, in the summer season, that these teams are actually on the verge of doing it. This is a good sign for Battlefield more than anything.
Yeah, definitely. And, InFamous are always going to be able to... basically, with this getting into the final here, as long as they keep playing in the cups, they are going to get into the groups now. It's pretty much certain for them, and they can threaten any team. And if they can do that to Fnatic and almost take maps off them like they did, they'll do that to every other team, and more importantly, probably beat them outright. So if they keep practicing and keep building on this, they can really, really cause some headaches for teams like Fnatic in the future. In the near future as well.
Yeah, let's be serious here. InFamous in the quarterfinals took down Epsilon, the team who previously constantly came first. Constantly was up there at the very tip with Fnatic. But, InFamous had the edge then. Epsilon looking a little bit worse for wear. They went on to beat PKD, InFamous, and then they met Fnatic. Fnatic, however, seemed to struggle more with Gamers Connection, being serious here with that 2-1 kind of game going on earlier. But still, it was, at the end of the day, we're seeing a lot of the big teams struggling occasionally, when it comes to some of the newer blood. So Dignitas not having their main lineup kind of equates to that result, at least. Dignitas losing out in the round of 16. That kind of makes sense there. But then I look elsewhere, and ESC losing out to InFamous, something I'd accept, but a close game I'd expect a map there maybe for ESC. But then the big surprises for me, like Pyrogen, first game in, no mercy, just taking them 2-1. That's unbelievable for me. And even seeing Gamers Connection getting that far was something I wouldn't have expected prior to this cup. It's certainly a time for a lot of new teams to seem to be able to prove themselves a little bit here, and it's a good sign overall for Cup number 2. But the big important factor here is that you're not going to be joining me anymore, Dogbert. You're leaving me, and screw the teams. This is the important part. Why are you leaving me, Dogbert?
Jason has pulled me away so much that I'm no longer allowed to cast because Jason's broke me.
Ouch. Ouch. But no, I do want to tell you guys at home, obviously, Dogbert won't be joining me from now on. I'll have to rope other poor people into this, Dogbert's not here of his own free will, let's be serious. I've locked him in a cupboard back there somewhere, and I make him wear a headset and just talk to me about Battlefield. That's all he gets, then he gets fed for the evening. But, genuinely, it's been a pleasure casting with you, Dogbert, and it's good to see it ending with a nice result with the teams you've been saying, eventually they'll be doing well, finally stepping up to the plate. So hopefully they can kind of carry on, doing well for themselves, and maybe by the end of this, by the time, you can maybe even look at another game again, they might be actually picking up some of these cups. And, Dogbert, I might miss this. It's the end of happy times. I'm going to be miserable again and having to cast with Jason. No one wants to do that.
I was just going to say, you're going to have to cast with Jason. Don't worry. I'm sure you'll be able to sort it out sometime. It's kind of nice to be able to cast the Fnatic guys as well, because I used to play with them and against them quite back in the past in BF2 and Bad Company. Balutage has been a beast forever, so, we'll still be part of the fan club. How about that?
All right. As long as I can keep you in the newsletter, I'll be okay. But guys, if you want to see who I try and rope in to replace Dogbert, which is really the important factor, it's not about the games. It's about who I'm going to be co-casting with. Who's going to be sitting there in the cupboard back now? That's the important question. I'll have to get someone lined up for Cup number 3. That'll be kicking off on the 24th of the 6th. So not too far from now, pretty much next week. Simple as that. Same time as well. And if you do want to head over and check out, a couple of maybe the old VODs, check out the teams, see the old results, see the whole bracket as well, make sure you go to ESL-1.com and check it out there for yourselves. You can see what they're all battling out for. Obviously, the ESL 1, challenge, the prize behind all this. There's a lot of things going on here. But in the end of the day, you need to tune back into Cup number 3 to see how this goes. Because at the end of the day, these guys are building up their tickets towards the group stage. They need to get, as many points beside them with finishing in the best possible position, whether it be in the quarterfinals, semifinals, or winning, or even just getting to the finals. Obviously gets you a good couple of points. And then seeing how they do overall against every other team. So InFamous getting into, let's say, second place out of this is a phenomenal thing for them. That has near on secured them into the group stages, I feel. If they keep getting results within the quarters to semifinals, that's a very good place to be at. But then the more teams that can do that, the more dangerous it gets. So for me, the more interesting this is, correct, But for the teams, it's a little bit more nerve-wracking because it's not just a two kind of horse lead at the front where, you know, Epsilon and Fnatic just run away with the top two prizes and everyone else kind of battles out below. It's going to be a very close race altogether here. So, guys, make sure you go over to ESL-1.com. I'm trying to remember this. It's difficult for my simple brain. It's been a long day in a different studio. But yeah, guys, make sure you follow this page on Twitch as well. Make sure you follow myself on Twitter @TheyCallMePansy. And make sure to go over to Twitter and follow Dignitas Dogbert. He's been around since forever, but he certainly deserves a couple more followers. And tell him to come back to Battlefield to give me some assistance. Otherwise, I'll be the only analysis standing, and that's a very sad state of affairs. But anyway, guys, that's it from me tonight. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you follow down below for next week's content, because as soon as we go live, you'll get the email telling you. So guys, do stay hanging around, watch a couple of adverts, chill out in chat, but that's it from us tonight, and congratulations Fnatic walking away as the winners as Cup number 2. So hopefully see you guys next time.